Because it's a practice that takes you inward, there is an intimacy that you experience with yourself and with your body. And that intimacy is very sensual. There's a delicate nature that you start to discover inside of yourself. My name is Phelps, and I offer a process for entering the direct experience of the source of life. We work with that through movement and breath and shifts in perspective. And it's a practice that has two folds. One is grounding the body to the earth, to the biological intelligence, and grounding the mind into the eternal. Our system, our neurology, our body, and our mind can open. And from that opening, we find ourselves even more deeply connected to ourselves, the whole. The sessions that I guide, we refer to them as dives because we're diving into ourselves, diving into the biointelligence, diving into the eternal. The way that we play with that is through coming together as a group, and we do a little bit of a check-in. We talk about what it is that we're working with in our process. We fold that into the dive, and then from there I lay out some biological breath, some what I refer to as biological movement. And then from there, they have an opportunity to experience it. Then we go through layers where I'm guiding through the session, guiding all of us to go through different layers. Because the process is about unraveling the mind and unraveling the body from limitations, from limited thinking, from limited movement, when you really discover the biological system and its brilliance, you discover that it has a full spectrum of movement, a full spectrum of experience. That experience can go from being in a deep rest point, deep into the floor, moving all the way up through the evolutionary process, all the way up into standing and playing with different relationships with gravity. Ultimately, the idea is to really allow the flow of life to guide the movement, as opposed to our cognitive mind, which is usually trying to think and do. The work developed as a healing process, deeply related to my own healing process. What I've found is that it has the ability to address psychological and emotional imbalances. The application of the work is also really amazing for healing the body. When you enter into yourself, you realize that you have everything. The deeper you go inside of yourself, the deeper that you rest, you realize that you're not gaining anything. You realize that all is within, that you already have everything. It's a very subtle process, although it can be very dynamic in that subtlety.